Hey gang, Roden here. Welcome on back to the Cade as we're carrying on with our playthrough of Super Robot Wars Alpha Gaiden from 2001 for the PlayStation 1. In the last episode, we were able to get reunited with some of our big heavy hitters. We now have in our arsenal, again, Mazinger Z. We have Getter Dragon. We also picked up quite a few parts, and we picked up a considerable amount of funds. So what we were able to do in the last episode is we gave both of those mechs a little bit of a boost. We also went ahead and kind of swapped around some of our parts a little bit to make them a little bit beefier. But now we are able to move on to our next mission. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So we still have quite a few mechs that we've got to get back in touch with. We still have not yet found Dan Cougar. We haven't found Getter Robo, and we haven't found Diana A, which is the other Mazinger support mech that we have with us. And I think that's about it. Of course, the question is, what else are we going to be able to pull out of the ground as far as new mechs? We also haven't found the Valkyries yet. That's the other thing we haven't been able to track down. We don't have the Robotech slash Macross fighters yet. So we got to be able to track them down. Of course, these guys are all talking about potentially mutinying and taking the Iron Gear with them. Not that they really want to be able to do that. Not that we want them to do that either. So Rag turned down the offer to run the ship. So the White Doll doesn't have a fusion generator. Use a propulsion system different from any ordinary mobile suit. That chest section can hold an entire missile launcher. Oh, don't tempt us. Capable of producing an eye field barrier, so maybe a practical use of it. So an eye field barrier is helpful because that's essentially what the the anti-beam coating is a part you get which can help you deflect beam weapons, which makes sense because Gundams fight Gundams primarily with beam weapons. Amuro explaining that no, we don't really like fighting, we're just put in a position where contractually we're obligated to because of the plot. So this is the Kingsley Mountain cycle. Legend has that a spacefaring ship is buried here. First mobile suits, the Mecha Beast, now a spaceship. Sky's the limit here. Yeah, Liger could drill down and be able to find whatever's in there. Hey, it's Will Riker. I mean, Will. You're Will Game. It's really you. Diana? So apparently, they have history.
Diana Sorel. Diana Sorel って
Game Family Mansion hasn't been in Albany since the time of the founder of the family, the first, well over a century ago. How do you know whether I resemble the founder or not? Even though I was. I'm out here digging holes. I'm not the same guy. Using the diary of an old ancestor of mine as a lead. Family search for generation for the spaceship said to be sleeping within the mountain. Okay, so it sounds like that's what the crux of this mission is going to be, is getting down to whatever's buried under here and finding a way to bring it up. We'll refuse to allow us to do any digging there, but it's certain that the spaceship is buried here. Yes, sir. Got a huge metal reading there when he checked. We'll have to ask the Argamas crew for help and resort to drastic measures. Unless you want to use my spaceship for the war, if that happens, I won't be able to go to the moon, so I decided to sell the spaceship to somebody else. Since they came from the moon, they would probably know how to make it run too. Use Black History relics for war. Gives you the right to claim that. No, I made my decision either way. Too late, can't stop me. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so if we stall him... Does it matter? And if we don't, will it matter? Let's see. If you try to stop him, he'll ask if you're trying to interfere with his dream. She's not. She points out the moon he's trying to get to is at war with the Earth. Would the original Will and Diane have thought of in these times? What Will's trying to do may add more fuel to the fire. After a moment, Will agrees that Diana's got the right idea. Alright, well, we'll stall him. I can put a rain check on my dream until this war is over. Yeah, I'll put it on hold. Sorry, miss. Don't think I can wait. Alright, so this is Mission 19, The Love of 100 Years. So we'll see how the board looks and what we're going to be dealing with. If we're going to be dealing with more Mecha Beasts, this should be pretty straightforward. So still no sign of Masaki, but we've got incoming. That's the sound of baddies on approach. Poe! It's true there's a spaceship buried in this mountain cycle. And Will is piloting a mortar mech. I've dealt with these guys before, and once you get up close to them, they're not bad, but they've got a huge cannon on their back they can bombard you from long range with. And it can hurt depending on how well it hits you. Alright, so we have 10 units we got to send out, so we'll definitely bring out the heavy hitters. I want to bring out at least a couple of Gundams, and I should bring out... The last one's always the tough pick because it's like, what do I have that's going to be really helpful in this scenario? I have 8 heavy hitters and 2 support units. What's he doing with the moon, man? Don't interfere with my romance, man! You're ruining the mood! Okay. Well, and now the turn A is flying. So that'll help as far as having additional firepower on this side of the crick. Alright, I want to hang the blue guard back a little bit. Only because I don't want it to be a primary target for anything else coming our way. Alright, and are there any crates that I'm forgetting to go get? Hopefully not. So there's that cave. Nothing over there. There's a cave there, which makes me wonder whether or not there'll be stuff coming out of it. These guys I haven't seen before. Big ol' half domes. Alright, we'll start dealing with them. Ooh. Alright, these guys are fairly beefy. That's a critical hit. And the Iron Cutter does pull in 5 energy, but I mean, I can handle using that a bit if I can soften them up. They don't hit very hard, that's good. %6% with a Mega Particle Cannon? Nope. Alright, now this should take out a bit. I don't think we've seen the knee impulse kick from that Gray Messenger yet, so no time like the present. I'll give these guys this much, they are tanky. Which makes sense, because they are fairly stout as far as their build. And they have 12,000 hit points. We haven't seen the top in a while, so... $2,500 worth of damage. Alright, we've already seen the Gundam Hammer. Okay. Move these guys towards the back. So it looks like what I need to do is I need to get the Iron Gear up near where Will is and have Diana hopefully persuade him not to go through with his plan. But of course we have more baddies showing up. And it's Harry. Has issued no orders to attack the militia. I have orders from Lieutenant Commander Phil to secure the mountain cycle. Well, Phil's not going to get 2 weeks into Haiti for that one. They're all relics like the White Dolls of Shane Laura is in piloting.
金色のモビルスーツに乗る者が他にもいたとはな。
戦場で金色の機体に乗る。かなりの手だれと見た。
Alright, a whiff with the Mega Particle Cannon. I will hit you. Alright, let's see what the Gundam Hammer can do against it again on a second attempt. I can hit with long-range beams. You gotta hit with a whacking big old mace. That you did. course, I ended up putting the Argama in the absolute wrong spot to get it flanked. But if I defend, that will help out as much as I can, because that will minimize the damage. But I can't afford to lose the Argama by any means. Fortunately, I have the Venus and the Bluegar right there to help out with both of them. And if you're going after the Bluegar, you're hitting something much smaller, and it can hit you back. Also, the question is, do I have my full map attack available? Yes, I do. Might as well use it while I got it. And hopefully this does damage this time, because I used the guaranteed 100% hit. I don't think it did anything, which makes me wonder what the heck is the point of having it. Okay. Well, in the meantime, I can at least pick these guys off and start whittling them down. Because they're all within range. That's critical. Oh, goodbye. And we haven't seen the Hyakushiki in action. Let's give him a look. See what Quattro can do. Cut right through his beam shield. That helped. Alright, I'm going to let the Messenger Brothers deal with those two big lugs down there. Meanwhile, I'll have Ryoma come up here and deal with these guys. Here's my alert. And having the super robots be able to take these guys down with beam shielding means that their weapons will go right through it, which is the whole point. Alright, so we've got the persuasion done. You act like you know the truth behind the fairy tale. Well, maybe she does. Don't meddle in my affairs. I'm taking that ship out into space. Ooh, that was a critical hit. So now that we've persuaded them, I mean, it's not going to make, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference, but now if we take him out, we're going to get a nice perk out of it. Yeah, you're going to have to hit him for more than that, boys. That's why I love having Great Master and Regular Master together, because they can just pile up on stuff. Alright, so we still got him over here. We got Will here, we got this mech, and we've got these three. But the Argama is not going to be taking the brunt of the force from these guys now, which is good. Oh, that was not wise of you. You dare went after Amuro, Will. Not smart. So as we saw back in earlier episodes, this thing is just super tanky, and you see that big unfolding cannon. It basically blasts a massive howitzer at whatever it's aiming at. But Amuro, being the original new type, and in the Victory Gundam, I mean, he is one of the most elusive mech pilots in the entire game. Most of the time, I don't even have to do anything to enhance his ability to evade, which is great. What sucks is that when he does get hit, he tends to take a lot more damage. So we have a Timray circuit. Don't know what that does. Alright, you're going after the blue guard, so I'm going to make sure you whiff. You're going after the Venus, but you're going to get double attacked because the Argama is going to take the hit. And then Yun will respond and blow you up. And she's going to jump a couple of levels. She went up 2. That's good. She can take one hit. I'm not too concerned. Especially because right now I've got Voltez and Getter to be able to take him out, along with Zabungle and Amuro. But now Yun will attack. You know what? I will have Bluegar attack him with the Argama to help. And that should put him down. And he goes up 2 levels. Yeah, we'll hit him with the Grand Fire. You whiff. Rio will get strike, and we will whoop. Do the same thing on whoop. I don't have to worry about it. Cool. So we still can't use the Shine Spark yet, which sucks, but being able to utilize the Getter Beam, bring it. My problem is he's defending against it, so it may not be enough to put him down. But it's certainly going to make his day a lot less pleasant. Alright, so I need Jiron to hit. And he's defending again, so hopefully this will be enough to put him down. It's 2,400 normal damage. He's at under 1,400. Sorry, but I'm going to hit you now. Still not enough. All right. Let's put this big old heap of junk down finally. Will the Hyper Bazooka do enough damage? Almost. Alright, I need to do 1,000 to this thing. There we go. And he goes up 2 levels. So if we had taken Poe out, Poe would have given us an eye field barrier and a skill point because she flees at 50% hit points. And then she retreats regardless. So it looks like we took Will out. Swear I've seen the shape of this thruster before. Okay. It's an oscillation over thruster. We may have more than we bargained for. The Ra Cailum. Okay, so that's the capital ship we had originally when we were on Earth. At least prior to the wave hitting. And that takes us to the intermission. So we will end up moving to mission 20 next. We got 25,000 in funds thereabout. We didn't get a super bunch of parts, but what I'm curious about is I want to see what the Tim Ray circuit. Move -1, speed -5, limit -10, reduces unit repair cost to 10. I don't know if that's a really good thing or not. Because it drops down critical stuff that you have, but if it reduced the repair cost to 10, I suppose it's not too bad, but otherwise we don't have a ton to pick up as far as upgrading units and things of that nature. So, but I'll take a look at it between missions, and then when we come back, we will jump into mission 20 and see what awaits us there. So, if you've been enjoying the content on the channel, you know how to show it. Also, be sure to tune in to Sports Saturday and Suckerpunch Sunday coming up this weekend, where we play a classic sports and fighting platform-based game from the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th generation. Also, check out, if you haven't, go through our archive if there's games that we have put up so far that are of interest to you. We've got things from Final Fantasy VI, we've got the original Diablo, we've got Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid. We've got a bunch of stuff. Also, check out our one-day playthrough features and WTF Wednesday. They're series that we're going to bring back once we're done with this playthrough, but just as a matter of being able to delegate, been a long day, content on the channel. I hope nobody denigrates my content. I make it bad enough as it is. We had to pick our battles in terms of when everything is released in terms of series and episodes. So, also be sure to follow us on social media through Instagram and Threads at Ronin's RetroCade. Help spread the word about us as we continue to build this channel and make it bigger and better. I've gone off the rails far enough in this episode. My name is Ronin. It's been great to spend it with you. Be safe, be well, happy gaming. We'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.